The candles on my birthday cake glowed like tiny stars. 28 of them. I stood in the center of my parents' backyard, surrounded by everyone I loved. The string lights overhead made everything look magical. Like a dream. I should have known dreams turn into nightmares. Make a wish, sweetie, my mom called out. Her eyes were wet with happy tears. She always cried at celebrations. I closed my eyes. The wish came easily. I wish Archer and I will be this happy forever. Archer stood right beside me. His hand rested on the small of my back. That familiar touch I'd known for 5 years. The same hand that had held mine through my father's surgery. The same hand that had wiped my tears when I didn't get the promotion. The same hand that had slipped an engagement ring on my finger 6 months ago. I opened my eyes and blew out the candles. Everyone clapped. My best friend Brandy whistled loud enough to make people laugh. My brother started chanting for cake. Normal. Everything was so beautifully normal. Wait, Archer said. His voice cut through the noise. Before we cut the cake, I need to say something. My heart fluttered. Archer hated public speaking. He got nervous in front of crowds. But he was smiling. That should have been my first clue. The smile didn't reach his eyes. You're so brave, honey, I whispered. I squeezed his hand. He pulled his hand away. The flutter in my chest turned into something else. Something cold. Archer walked to the middle of the yard. Everyone turned to look at him. My dad lowered his camera. My mom stopped cutting the cake. The music from the speakers seemed too loud now. I want to thank you all for coming tonight, Archer said. His voice was steady. Too steady. It means a lot to celebrate with family and friends. People nodded. Someone said, "Hear, hear." I also want to say that tonight is a very special night. A night I've been planning for a long time. I smiled. My cheeks felt tight. Was he going to announce our wedding date? We'd been talking about a spring wedding. Maybe he'd planned something special. Surprise for me. For us. Tonight, I need to do something I should have done months ago. Archer reached into his pocket. He pulled out a small velvet box. The same kind of box that had held my engagement ring. But this box was different. Newer. The velvet was deep blue, not black. My stomach dropped. The cold feeling spread through my whole body. Archer, I said. My voice sounded far away. He wasn't looking at me. He was looking at someone else. Brandy. My best friend Brandy. The girl I'd known since we were 7 years old. The girl who'd been my maid of honor. The girl who'd helped me pick out my wedding dress last month. She was crying. But not sad crying. Her hands covered her mouth. Her eyes were huge and shining. Brandy, Archer said. His voice was soft now. The way he used to talk to me. From the moment I met you, I knew. I tried to fight it. I tried to do the right thing. But I can't anymore. I can't live a lie. The world tilted. The string lights blurred. Someone gasped. I think it was my mother. Will you marry me? Archer opened the box. A ring sparkled inside. It was bigger than mine. Prettier than mine. Brandy looked at me. For just a second our eyes met. I saw something in her face. Not guilt. Not apology. Victory. Yes, she screamed. Yes, yes, yes. She ran to him. He caught her. He spun her around while she laughed. He kissed her. Right there. In my parents' backyard. At my birthday party. In front of my family. In front of me. The ring was still on my finger. The engagement ring he'd given me 6 months ago. I looked down at it. The diamond caught the light from the candles. 28 candles on a cake I would never eat. What the hell is this? My brother's voice. Loud and angry. My dad was already moving. He grabbed Archer by the shoulder. Get out. Get out of my house right now. Archer pulled back from Brandy. He straightened his shirt. He had the nerve to look annoyed. I understand you're upset. But I had to be honest. I couldn't marry Emily when I'm in love with someone else. You couldn't tell her in private? My mom was shaking. You had to do this here? No. In front of everyone. Everyone deserves to know the truth, Archer said. He put his arm around Brandy. She leaned into him. She fit perfectly under his arm. They'd practiced this. I could tell. This wasn't spontaneous. They'd planned this. They'd planned to destroy me in front of everyone I loved. Emily, I'm sorry, Brandy said. She didn't sound sorry. We didn't mean for it to happen. But you can't help who you love. I still hadn't moved. I was frozen. A statue in the middle of a party that had turned into a funeral. My funeral. Say something, honey. My mom touched my arm. Tell them to leave. But I couldn't speak. Words wouldn't come. My throat was closed. My chest was tight. I couldn't breathe. Brandy whispered something to Archer. He nodded. They started walking toward the gate. Hand in hand. She was wearing the ring already. It caught the light. We'll send someone for your things, Archer called over his shoulder. He was talking to me. I'll be out of the apartment by the end of the week. The gate clicked shut behind them. Then the silence broke. Everyone started talking at once. My mom was crying for real now. My dad was swearing. My brother was on his phone, probably texting his friends about what a bastard Archer was. Brandy's parents were still there. They looked shocked. Her mother was pale. We didn't know, she kept saying. We had no idea. I took a step backward. Then another. I bumped into the table. The cake wobbled. Someone caught it. I need to, I said. But I didn't finish. I turned and ran. I ran through the back door. Through the kitchen. Up the stairs to my old bedroom. The room where I'd grown up. The room where I'd dreamed about my future. About my wedding. About my life with Archer. I slammed the door. I locked it. I stood in the darkness and finally I could breathe. And then I screamed. I screamed until my throat was raw. I screamed until I had no voice left. I screamed until the pain in my chest felt like it would kill me. But it didn't kill me. That was the worst part. I was still alive. Still standing. Still here in a world where the man I loved had proposed to my best friend at my own birthday party. I sank to the floor. The ring on my finger felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. I tried to pull it off. It wouldn't move. My knuckle was swollen. Or maybe the ring had just been too small all along. Maybe everything about us had been too small. Too tight. Too wrong. Someone knocked on the door. Sweetheart. My mom. Please let me in. Go away, I whispered. But she couldn't hear me. My voice was gone. He tried the knob. Emily, please. I crawled to the bed. I climbed under the covers. The same covers from high school. Pink flowers. I'd begged my mom to keep them even though I was almost 30. They smelled like home. Like safety. But nowhere was safe now. I closed my eyes and waited for the numbness to come. It didn't. Instead came the pain. Wave after wave of it. And with the pain came questions. How long had they been together? When did it start? Had he kissed her while wearing my ring? Had he told her he loved her in the same words he used with me? Did they laugh about me? Did they pity me? And the biggest question. The one that made me want to scream again. Why like this? Why in front of everyone? I lay there in the dark for hours. People came and went from the party. I heard cars leaving. Heard voices saying goodbye. Heard my parents downstairs talking in low, angry tones. Finally, the house went quiet. I got up. Looked in the mirror. My mascara had run down my face. My eyes were swollen. My nose was red. I looked like a stranger. Oh, I looked like a victim. My phone was in my purse downstairs. I hadn't checked it. Didn't want to. But I knew what I'd find. Messages. Questions. Pity. The ring finally came off. I twisted it hard and it scraped over my knuckle. Left a red mark. I held it up to the moonlight coming through the window. 3 months of his salary, he'd said when he proposed. The best he could afford. A promise of forever. Lies. All lies. I should have thrown it out the window. That's what the old Emily would have done. The Emily from this morning. The Emily who believed in love and happy endings. But that Emily was dead. The new Emily had been born in fire and pain. And the new Emily understood something important. Throwing away the ring would change nothing. Crying would change nothing. Hiding would change nothing. If I wanted things to change, I would have to change them myself. I put the ring in my jewelry box. Closed the lid. Turned away from the mirror. And started planning. Before we continue, please write in the comment which country you are watching this video. We love knowing where our global family is tuning in from. And if this is your first time on this channel, please subscribe. Your support helps us bring even more epic revenge tales of life. Enjoy listening. I didn't sleep. How could I? Every time I closed my eyes, I saw them. Archer and Brandy kissing. Her hand in his. The ring on her finger. When the sun came up, I was still sitting on my bed. Still in my birthday dress. still trying to make sense of the impossible. My mom knocked softly. Honey, I'm coming in. She used her emergency key. The one from when I was a teenager and would lock myself in after fights with my dad. She came in carrying a tray. Toast. She set it on the nightstand. You need to eat something, she said. I'm not hungry. I know. She sat beside me, put her arm around my shoulders. I know, baby. We sat like that for a long time. The tea got cold. The toast got hard. What he did, my mom finally said, was cruel. Unforgivable. Why would they do it like that? The question burst out of me. Why not just tell me in private? Why make it a public show? My mom's jaw tightened. I don't know. But you know what? It doesn't matter. What matters is what you do now. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. She turned to face me. You're my daughter. You're strong. You're smart. You don't let anyone break you. But I was broken. Every piece of me felt shattered. Come home for a few days, my mom said. Stay here. Let us take care of you. Then you can figure out your next move. I nodded. I didn't have the energy to argue. Didn't have the energy for anything. My phone had 47 messages. I finally looked at them around noon. Most were from people who'd been at the party. I'm so sorry. I can't believe he did that. Are you okay? I deleted them all. 3 messages were from Archer. I know you're hurt. But this is for the best. You deserve someone who loves you completely. That's not me. I hope someday you'll understand. My hands shook. I read them again. And again. Looking for something. Remorse. Guilt. Anything human. But there was nothing. Just empty words. Excuses. I started to type a response. Deleted it. Started again. Deleted it again. What could I say? That he'd destroyed me? That I hated him? That I wanted him to suffer the way I was suffering? All true. None of it mattered. Words were just air. I needed something real. Something that would actually hurt him. I put the phone down. My brother came by in the afternoon. Jake. He was 3 years younger than me, but he'd always acted like my protector. He hugged me so hard I couldn't breathe. I'll kill him, he said. Say the word and I'll kill him. Don't. I pulled back. He's not worth it. He did it on purpose, Em. That wasn't an accident. He planned it. They both did. I knew that. Had known it from the moment I saw Brandy's face. The victory in her eyes. Why? I asked. Why would they want to hurt me like that? Jake shook his head. I don't know. Maybe they're just sick. Maybe there's something wrong with them. Or maybe there's something wrong with me. The words came out small. Broken. Maybe I did something to deserve this. Don't. Jake grabbed my shoulders. Don't you dare. You didn't do anything. This is all them. They're the ones who are broken. Not you. I wanted to believe him. But doubt was already crawling through my mind like poison. Had I been a bad girlfriend? A bad friend? Had I missed signs? Ignored warnings? I need you to do something for me, I said. Anything. I need you to go to the apartment. Get my things. I don't want to see him. Jake nodded. I'll go right now. And Jake. I grabbed his hand. Look around. Really look. I need to know. Know what? How long this has been going on. Understanding crossed his face. You got it. He left. I sat in my old room and waited. The minutes felt like hours. My mind kept spinning in circles. When did it start? How did it start? Archer and Brandy had met at one of my work parties 2 years ago. I'd introduced them. Proud to show off my boyfriend and my best friend. Wanting the people I loved to love each other. Be careful what you wish for. After that, Brandy had been around more. She'd come to our game nights. Our dinner parties. Our weekend trips. I'd been happy. Having my best friend and my boyfriend get along felt like everything falling into place. Stupid. I was so stupid. Jake came back at 7. He had boxes. Lots of them. My clothes. My books. My photos. He wasn't there, Jake said. But his stuff is gone. He moved out already. Fast. So fast. Like he couldn't wait to start his new life. Did you find anything? I asked. Jake hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. Show me. He pulled out a laptop. My laptop. The one I'd left at the apartment. I found emails. My heart started pounding. And it's been going on for over a year, Em. The room spun. A year. More than a year. While we were engaged. While we were planning a wedding. Let me see. Jake handed over the laptop. The emails were already pulled up. Hundreds of them. Between Archer's email and one I didn't recognize. But I knew who it belonged to. The messages were clear. I can't stop thinking about you. Last night was incredible. I wish you didn't have to leave. She almost caught us looking at each other. We need to be more careful. I know this is wrong, but it feels so right. I scrolled down. Further. Finding the first email. Dated 14 months ago. Dear Brandy. I know I shouldn't be writing this. But I can't help it. When you hugged me goodbye at Emily's party last night, something clicked. I felt something I haven't felt in years. I can't stop thinking about it. About you. Brandy's response came 2 hours later. I felt it too. God help me, I felt it too. My birthday party. Last year's birthday party. That's when it started. I kept reading. Saw their relationship develop. Saw them plan secret meetings. Saw them talk about me. Emily is working late again. Want to come over? She's so clueless. Sometimes I feel bad. Then I see you and I don't. Do you think she suspects? No. He trusts me completely. It's almost too easy. That was from Brandy. My best friend. The girl who'd held my hair when I got drunk at my college graduation. The girl who'd helped me move into my first apartment. The girl I'd told every secret to. She'd enjoyed lying to me. I could see it in her words. The excitement. Phil. I was a game to them. A joke. My hands were shaking so hard I almost dropped the laptop. Jake took it from me. There's more, he said quietly. More. He clicked to a different folder. Photos. Archer and Brandy together. At restaurants I recognized. Places I'd been with Archer. Sometimes we'd gone as a group. Me, Archer, Brandy, and Brandy's ex-boyfriend Derek. I remembered those nights. Laughing. Talking. Playing board games. Normal friend things. But in these photos taken when I wasn't looking, Archer and Brandy were touching. His hand on her knee under the table. Her head on his shoulder. Small touches. Secret touches. They'd been doing this right in front of me. I'm going to be sick, I said. I ran to the bathroom. Threw up the nothing in my stomach. Jake held my hair back. Just like Brandy used to do. When I was done, I sat on the cold tile floor. Jake brought me water. We take these to a lawyer, he said. You sue them both. Emotional distress or something. I shook my head. That's not enough. What do you mean? I looked at him. Really looked at him. They wanted to humiliate me. They wanted everyone to see me destroyed. A lawsuit is just money. It doesn't hurt them. Not really. So what do you want to do? Good question. What did I want? I wanted them to feel what I felt. I wanted them to know betrayal. I wanted them to hurt. But more than that, I wanted to understand. Why the public proposal? They could have just broken up with me quietly. Moved on. But they'd chosen to make a show of it. To destroy me in front of everyone. There had to be a reason. I need to know why, I said. Why they did it like that. Does it matter? Yes. I stood up. Looked at myself in the mirror again. I looked worse than before. But something had changed. My eyes were different. Harder. Yes, it matters. Because once I know why, I'll know how to make them pay. Jake smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. Now you sound like yourself again. He was wrong. I would never be myself again. The girl I was died last night. But maybe that was okay. Maybe the girl I was had been too soft. Too trusting. Too weak. The new me would be different. The new me would be dangerous. I went back to work on Monday. Everyone stared. They'd heard. Of course they'd heard. Brandy worked at the same company. She was in marketing. I was in finance. Different floors. But news like this traveled fast. My boss, Patricia, called me into her office. Take all the time you need, she said. Her eyes were kind. We can manage without you for a while. I'd rather work, I said. I need the distraction. That was partly true. I did need distraction. But I also needed access. Brandy and I had shared a lot over the years. Including passwords. We'd been that close. I knew her email login. Her social media passwords. Everything. Time to use that knowledge. I waited until lunch. Most people left the building. I took my laptop to the coffee shop across the street. Ordered tea I wouldn't drink. Connected to their Wi-Fi. Then I logged into Brandy's email. My heart pounded. This was illegal. Definitely. If I got caught I could lose my job. Maybe worse. But I was already destroyed. What was a little more damage? Brandy's inbox was full. Work emails mostly. Then I saw them. Emails from Archer. Recent ones. The apartment is perfect. You're going to love it. I can't wait to wake up next to you every morning. Have you told your parents yet? I clicked through. They'd rented a place together. A luxury apartment downtown. The same building I'd pointed out to Archer 6 months ago. Look at that place, I'd said. Someday when we can afford it we should live there. He'd said it was too expensive. We needed to save for the wedding. I kept digging. Found a folder labeled Wedding Ideas. They were planning a wedding. Already. Fast. So fast. I opened the folder. Saw venue options. Dress ideas. A guest list. My name wasn't on the guest list. Obviously. But other names were. People who'd been at my birthday party. Friends who'd witnessed my humiliation. And they were invited to celebrate Archer and Brandy's love. My stomach turned. But I kept looking. Because something was wrong. Something didn't add up. Why the rush? Why plan a wedding so quickly? Then I found it. An email from 3 weeks ago. Before my birthday party. It was from a doctor's office. A confirmation of an appointment. Subject line, prenatal checkup Brandy Mitchell. I stopped breathing. Prenatal. Brandy was pregnant. I clicked the email. Read the details. She was 8 weeks along. Due in 7 months. The math was simple. She'd gotten pregnant while Archer was still engaged to me. While they were still sneaking around. But that didn't explain the public proposal. If anything, a pregnancy made it more important to handle things quietly. Unless. I logged into Brandy's social media. She changed her password but I knew her. Knew her patterns. Her passwords were always the same format. Month and year of her birth plus a special word. Took me 3 tries. Then I was in. I scrolled through her private messages. Found a conversation with her sister, Amanda. Amanda, are you sure about doing it at her party? That's brutal. Brandy, it has to be public. Has to be a big gesture. Trust me. Amanda, but why? Brandy, because I need everyone to see that he chose me. That he loves me more than her. I need the proof. Amanda, this is about that bet, isn't it? Brandy, partly. But it's more than that now. I'm having his baby. We're starting a life together. Emily needs to understand that she lost. Amanda, you're scary sometimes. You know that. Brandy, I prefer the word determined. A bet. There was a bet. My hands were shaking again. I scrolled up in the conversation. Looking for more context. Found it from 2 months ago. Brandy, Megan said I couldn't do it. Said there was no way I could steal Emily's boyfriend. Said I wasn't pretty enough or interesting enough. Amanda, Megan is a bitch. Brandy, we made a bet. $5,000. I had to make Archer fall in love with me and leave Emily. And I had to do it publicly so everyone would know. Amanda, that's messed up. Brandy, that's the point. Megan has always thought she was better than me. Better than both of us. This proves I can have anything I want. Even something that belongs to Emily. I read it again. Then again. Making sure I understood. This started as a bet. A game. Brandy had seduced my fiancé and destroyed my life over $5,000 in bragging rights. And she'd gotten pregnant along the way. Now she was spinning it into a love story. Making herself the winner of everything. I closed the laptop. Looked around the coffee shop. Everyone was normal. Drinking coffee. Working. Living their regular lives. While mine had been destroyed for a bet. The rage came then. Pure and hot and overwhelming. I wanted to scream. Wanted to flip tables. Wanted to burn the whole world down. But I didn't. I sat there. Breathe. Let the rage settle into something colder. Harder. Rage was useless. Rage made you sloppy. I needed to be smart. Calculating. Brandy thought she'd won. She had Archer. He had the baby. She had the public victory. But the game wasn't over. I finished my tea. Went back to the office. Worked through the afternoon like nothing was wrong. At 5 I stopped by the marketing floor. Brandy's desk was near the window. She wasn't there. Out for the day probably. planning her wedding, her future. I left a sticky note on her desk. Congratulations on everything. We should talk soon. Emily. Let her wonder. Let her worry. That night I sat in my childhood bedroom and made a list. Everything I knew. Everything I could use. The emails. The photos. The bet. The pregnancy. Then I made another list. Everyone who mattered. Archer's boss. His parents. His friends. Brandy's boss. Her parents. Her sister. The friend she'd made the bet with. The people at the wedding guest list. Everyone who thought they knew the story. Everyone who'd seen me humiliated. They all needed to know the truth. But not yet. Timing was everything. If I moved too fast, Brandy and Archer would dig in. Defend themselves. Play the victims. Well, I needed to wait. Let them feel safe. Let them think I was broken and defeated. Let them plan their perfect life. And then I would tear it all down. My phone buzzed. A text from a number I didn't recognize. I heard what happened. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Derek. Brandy's ex-boyfriend. The one she'd been dating when this all started. I stared at the message. Derek had been at my birthday party. I'd seen him standing in the back when Archer proposed to Brandy. He'd looked shocked. Angry. I texted back. How did you get my number? Your brother gave it to me. Hope that's okay. Jake. Of course. It's fine, I replied. Want to get coffee tomorrow? I think we might be able to help each other. Interesting. Very interesting. Sure. Where and when? We made plans. I put down my phone and smiled. Maybe I wasn't as alone as I thought. Maybe I had an ally. And maybe, just maybe, Derek knew things I didn't. Things that would make my revenge even sweeter. Derek looked different than I remembered. Tired. Older. He sat across from me at the coffee shop, the same one where I'd hacked Brandy's email. He ordered black coffee. I ordered tea. Thanks for meeting me, he said. You said we could help each other. He nodded. Took a long drink of his coffee. I know what they did to you. At your party. I was there. I remember. What you don't know is that they did the same thing to me. Different but the same. I leaned forward. Tell me. Derek's jaw tightened. Brandy and I were together for 3 years. Living together. Talking about marriage. Then one day, out of nowhere, she told me she didn't love me anymore. That she'd met someone else. Archer. Yeah. But here's the thing. She didn't just break up with me quietly. She invited me to dinner. Said she wanted to talk about us. About our future. I thought she was going to say yes when I proposed. You were going to propose? I had the ring and everything. He pulled out his phone. Showed me a photo. A simple diamond ring. Pretty. What happened? I asked. I got to the restaurant. Archer was there. Sitting at the table. To Brandy. And she told me right there in public that she was in love with him. That they'd been together for months. That she was moving in with him. My chest tightened. She did it in front of people? The whole restaurant heard. He made sure of it. Talked loud. Made a scene. I looked like a fool. The same pattern. Public humiliation. Maximum damage. Why? I asked. Why does she do it like that? Derek shook his head. I've thought about it a lot. I think she gets off on it. The power. The control. Making people watch while she destroys someone. That matched what I'd read in her messages. Brandy enjoyed the victory. The proof that she could take what she wanted. I'm sorry, I said. That she did that to you. I'm sorry too. For what they did to you. He paused. But I'm also angry. At myself. I saw the signs with Archer. How he looked at her. How she looked at him. And I ignored it. Told myself I was being paranoid. I did the same thing, I admitted. There were moments. Little things. But I trusted them. That's what she counts on. Trust. She uses it like a weapon. We sat in silence for a moment. Two people who'd been destroyed by the same woman. You said we could help each other, I finally said. What did you have in mind? Derek smiled. It was cold. I want them to pay. For what they did to both of us. And I think you want the same thing. I do. Then we work together. Pool our information. Our resources. Make sure they get exactly what they deserve. I studied him. What information do you have? I kept some of Brandy's things. Stuff she left at my place. Including her old journal. She used to write in it every day. Very detailed entries. A journal. That could be gold. What's in it? I asked. Everything. Her thoughts. Her plans. Including stuff about Archer. About you. He paused. About the bet. So he knew about the bet too. How long have you known? I asked. I found out a few months ago. I ran into Megan at a bar. She was drunk. Bragging about how she tricked Brandy into trying to steal you boyfriend. How it was all a game. How Brandy was so predictable. Megan started this? According to her, yeah. She dared Brandy. Knew Brandy couldn't resist. Brandy always had to prove she was the best. The prettiest. The most desirable. The pieces were falling into place. This wasn't just about Archer. This was about Brandy's need to win. To prove something. And I'd been collateral damage. Do you still have the journal? I asked. Derek pulled it out of his bag. A small notebook with a purple cover. I was going to throw it away. But something made me keep it. He handed it to me. I opened it. Saw Brandy's handwriting. Neat and careful. I flipped to a random page. Read. Emily texted today asking if I wanted to get lunch. She has no idea. It's almost funny. He trusts me completely. Tells me everything about her relationship with Archer. How he's been distant. How they're fighting about money. She's practically giving me a roadmap for how to steal him. My hands clenched. But I kept reading. Archer is easy to manipulate. He has a hero complex. Needs to feel needed. So I play the damsel. Tell him about my problems. My fears. Let him comfort me. Emily is too independent. She doesn't need him enough. But I do. Or at least I pretend to. Page after page of this. Brandy documenting her seduction. Her strategy. Her enjoyment of betraying me. This is. I couldn't find words. Evil, Derek finished. She's evil. I closed the journal. Can I keep this? It's yours. Use it however you want. Thank you. I meant it. This was ammunition. Real, solid proof of what Brandy had done. What she was. So what's the plan? Derek asked. How do we make them pay? I thought about it. The journal changed things. With this, I could expose Brandy. Show everyone what she really was. But it had to be done right. Had to hit hard. They're planning a wedding, I said. Fast. Brandy is pregnant. Derek's eyes widened. Seriously. 8 weeks along. They're acting like it's this great love story. Star-crossed lovers who couldn't help themselves. That's not the story at all. No. It's not. I pulled out my phone. Showed him the screenshots I'd taken of Brandy's emails. Her messages about the bet. Derek read them. His face got darker. Angrier. We exposed them, he said. At the wedding. In front of everyone. Show them all who Brandy and Archer really are. It was tempting. The symmetry was perfect. They'd destroyed me in public. I'd return the favor. But something held me back. If we do it at the wedding, it looks like we're bitter exes. Like we can't move on. People might pity us more than blame them. Derek frowned. So what then? I thought about Archer. His job. His reputation. He worked in pharmaceutical sales. His whole career was built on trust. On being likable. And Brandy. She was up for a promotion at work. Had been bragging about it for months. Needed to maintain a perfect image. Their wedding didn't matter. Not really. What mattered was their lives. Their futures. We go after what they care about most, I said slowly. For Archer, that's his career. His reputation in the industry. And for Brandy? Her image. She needs people to think she's perfect. Successful. Better than everyone else. Derek nodded. So we destroy both. Exactly. I pulled out my notebook. Started writing. We need to be smart. Calculated. Hit them in ways they won't see coming. I'm listening. We spent the next 2 hours planning. It felt good. Having a partner. Someone who understood. Someone who wanted justice as much as I did. By the time we left the coffee shop, we had a strategy. Multi-layered. Devastating. And it started tomorrow. Archer's company was having their annual conference in 2 weeks. I knew because he'd mentioned it months ago. Complained about having to go. It was a big deal. Pharmaceutical reps from across the country. Potential clients. His boss would be there. It was the perfect opportunity. I spent a week preparing. Derek helped. We created a detailed timeline of Archer and Brandy's affair using the journal entries and emails. Matched them up with dates Archer was supposed to be working late or traveling for business. Every lie. Every betrayal. Documented and proven. Then we created a simple website. Clean. Professional. Just the facts. The Truth About Archer Nathaniel was the title. Below it the timeline. Screenshots of emails. Photos of Archer and Brandy together while he was engaged to me. Excerpts from Brandy's journal. Everything. At the bottom a simple statement. Archer Nathaniel is a liar and a cheater. He destroyed his fiancée's life for sport. Do you trust him with your business? Derek registered the domain anonymously. We couldn't be traced. 2 days before the conference I sent the link to every email address on the attendee list. The conference website had made it public. Made it easy. I sent it from a burner email account. Subject line, important information about Archer Nathaniel. Then I waited. The conference started on Thursday. I didn't hear anything at first. Wondered if my emails had gone to spam. If the whole plan had failed. Then Friday afternoon my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello. Emily. A woman's voice. Familiar. Yes. It's Margaret. Archer's mom. My stomach dropped. I hadn't talked to Archer's parents since the birthday party. They'd sent a brief text apologizing for his behavior. I hadn't responded. Hi, Margaret. I need to know if that website is true. The one about Archer. So the link was spreading. Good. Every word, I said. She was quiet for a long moment. I was afraid you'd say that. Why are you calling? Because Archer is on his way to your parents' house. He's furious. I tried to stop him but he wouldn't listen. I thought you should know. My heart started pounding. When did he leave? 10 minutes ago. I was at my apartment. I'd moved back in a week ago. Couldn't stay with my parents forever. But my parents' house was only 15 minutes away. Thank you for calling, I said. I hung up. Grabbed my keys. Called Jake as I ran to my car. Archer is heading to Mom and Dad's, I said when he answered. He's angry. I'm on my way. I drove too fast. Ran 2 red lights. Got to my parents' house in 12 minutes. Archer's car was already in the driveway. I ran to the door. Heard shouting inside. Burst through. Archer was in the living room. My dad was between him and my mom. Archer's face was red. Furious. Where is she? Archer shouted. Where's Emily? Right here, I said. He spun around. You bitch. You ruined everything. My dad moved toward him. Get out of my house. Not until she takes down that website. Archer pointed at me. His hand was shaking. Do you have any idea what you've done? My boss saw it. My clients. Everyone. Good, I said. My voice was calm. Told. Now they know who you really are. You can't prove any of that. Those emails are fake. That website is slander. I pulled out my phone. Should I call Brandy and ask her if her journal is fake? Or should I ask Megan about the bet? Archer went pale. What bet? He didn't know. Brandy hadn't told him about the bet. Interesting. The bet Brandy made with Megan, I said. $5,000 that she could steal you from me and make it public. Didn't she tell you? This whole thing started as a game. You're lying. I pulled up the screenshots on my phone. Showed him Brandy's messages. Watched his face as he read them. No, he said. That's not. Brandy loves me. We're having a baby. She got pregnant by accident while trying to win a bet. You were a game piece, Archer. Just like I was. No. But his voice was weaker now. Check with Megan if you don't believe me. Or better yet, ask Brandy. Ask her when she was going to tell you. Archer stared at the phone. At the proof of Brandy's manipulation. I almost felt sorry for him. Almost. Take down the website, he said quietly. Please. I'll lose my job. You should have thought of that before you proposed to another woman at my birthday party. I said I was sorry. No, you didn't. You never apologized. You said I'd understand someday. That it was for the best. I stepped closer. This is for the best, Archer. Now everyone understands what kind of man you are. He looked at my dad. Make her stop this. Please. My dad's expression was stone. Get out. I'm begging you. You humiliated my daughter in front of her entire family. You broke her heart in the cruelest way possible. And now you want mercy? My dad's voice was hard. Get out. Jake appeared in the doorway. He was bigger than Archer. Taller. You heard him, Jake said. Leave. Archer looked at me one more time. I saw desperation in his eyes. Fear. Good. I'll sue you, he said. For defamation. For harassment. Try it. Everything on that website is true. You'll have to prove it's not. In court. In public. Every detail. I smiled. I look forward to it. He left. Stormed out. His car screeched out of the driveway. My mom came over and hugged me. I was shaking. Adrenaline flooding my system. You okay? Jake asked. Yeah. I pulled out of my mom's hug. Better than okay. My phone buzzed. A text from Derek. Archer called Brandy. I'm outside their apartment. He's screaming. You want to listen? I almost said yes. Wanted to hear Brandy's panic. Her lies falling apart. But no. That was too much. I wasn't a stalker. Just keep me updated, I texted back. Jake looked at me. What did you do? Besides the website. Derek is watching them. Making sure we know their next move. Derek. Brandy's ex. We're working together. Jake grinned. Nice. The enemy of my enemy. Exactly. My dad was looking at his phone. Emily, there's something you should see. He showed me. A local news website. The headline made my stomach flip. Pharmaceutical rep exposed as cheater. Company launches investigation. Archer's company had responded fast. Too fast. They must have been waiting for an excuse to get rid of him. I clicked the article. Read about how Archer Nathaniel, a senior sales representative, was under investigation for conduct unbecoming of company values. The website was mentioned. My name was mentioned. The company takes allegations of moral and ethical violations seriously, his boss was quoted as saying. It was happening. Faster than I'd expected. Better than I'd planned. My phone rang. Brandy this time. Her name flashing on the screen. Everyone looked at me. Answer it, my mom said. Let her say her piece. I accepted the call. Put it on speaker. You psycho. Brandy screamed. You're trying to destroy our lives. I'm just telling the truth, I said calmly. Those emails are private. That journal is private. You had no right. You had no right to sleep with my fiancé. But here we are. This is about jealousy. You can't stand that Archer chose me. I laughed. Actually laughed. Did he tell you about the bet? Silence. Then, what are you talking about? Ask Megan. Ask her about the $5,000. Ask her who really got played. More silence. I could hear Archer in the background, saying something I couldn't make out. You've ruined everything, Brandy said. Her voice was different now. Archer might lose his job. My parents know. Everyone knows. Good. Everyone should know. We're having a baby, Emily. Baby. You're hurting an innocent child. I'm exposing the truth. What you do with that is up to you. I'll make you pay for this. I swear I will. Get in line. I hung up. My hands were still shaking. But I felt lighter. Like a weight had been lifted. What happens now? My mom asked. Now. I looked at my phone. At the news article. At the evidence of Archer's falling reputation. Now we moved to phase 2. Brandy's world fell apart faster than Archer's. I almost felt guilty about it. Almost. Derek had been busy. While I'd focused on Archer's career, he'd gone after Brandy's image. Her carefully constructed perfect life. He'd sent the journal entries to Brandy's boss. Not all of them. Just the ones where Brandy talked about manipulating clients at work. Using her looks to close deals. Bending rules. I wore the low-cut dress today. Mr. Peterson couldn't keep his eyes off me. Got him to sign the contract in 20 minutes. Told Janet I'd help with her project. Then took credit for her idea in the meeting. Boss thinks I'm brilliant. Stuff Brandy had written years ago. Before Archer. But it showed a pattern. A willingness to lie. To cheat. To use people. Her promotion was cancelled. Then she was put on administrative leave. Pending investigation. I found out through the office grapevine. People were talking. Whispering. Everyone knew. I went to work with my head high. Let them stare. Let them whisper. Because I wasn't the joke anymore. Brandy was. A week after the conference, I got a message from an unknown number. A photo. Archer and Brandy fighting. The photo was taken through a window. Their apartment. They were both yelling. Brandy was crying. Archer had his hands in his hair. The caption, "Trouble in Paradise?" I looked at the sender. Not Derek's number. Who is this? I texted back. A friend. Someone who thinks you deserve justice. How do you know me? I was at your birthday party. Saw what they did. Been following the story. Thought you'd like to know they're miserable. I stared at the message. Someone was watching Archer and Brandy. Someone I didn't know. It should have creeped me out. But instead I felt validated. I wasn't crazy for wanting revenge. Other people saw it too. Saw that what they did deserved consequences. Thank you, I texted back. There's more coming. Be patient. The messages stopped. I sat there wondering who it was. Whose side I'd gained without knowing. Derek called that night. Have you talked to anyone else? Anyone helping us? No. Why? Because someone leaked Brandy's medical records. The pregnancy. It's on a gossip blog. My stomach sank. What? How? I don't know. But it's out there. Details about the due date. The fact that she got pregnant while Archer was still engaged to you. That wasn't me. Wasn't Derek. Someone else was playing this game. This is getting out of control, I said. Is it though? Derek's voice was calm. Brandy and Archer wanted attention. Wanted everyone to see their grand love story. Now everyone's watching. Just not the way they wanted. He had a point. But medical records? That was a line. A legal line. We need to be careful, I said. If this gets traced back to us. It won't. We didn't do it. But people might think we did. Derek was quiet. Then, maybe that's okay. Maybe they should be afraid of us. That's not justice. That's just cruelty. They were cruel first. So we become like them? No. We become worse. Because they deserve it. I hung up feeling uneasy. Derek's anger was growing. Getting darker. I understood it. Felt it too. But there was a difference between exposing the truth and destroying someone's medical privacy. My phone buzzed. Another message from the unknown number. Don't worry. I'm being careful. They'll never trace it. Trust me. Who are you? I typed. No response. I tried to sleep but couldn't. My revenge had started so clearly. So justified. Expose the truth. Let Archer and Brandy face consequences. But now other people were involved. Taking it further. Crossing lines I wouldn't cross. The next morning I woke up to 17 missed calls. All from Brandy's number. I called her back. She answered on the first ring. Make it stop. Make what stop? You know what? The blogs. The photos. Someone is following us. Posting everything online. Archer can't go to work. I can't leave the apartment without someone taking pictures. That's not me. Bullshit. You started this. I exposed the truth about what you did. What happens after that isn't my fault. I'm pregnant, Emily. I'm stressed. This isn't good for the baby. You should have thought about that before you made my life a public spectacle. Please. Her voice broke. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. What we did was wrong. Phew. I know that. But this has to stop. It's too much. I wanted to feel satisfied. Hearing Brandy beg. Hearing her admit she was wrong. But I just felt tired. I can't stop what I didn't start, I said. Then who did? I don't know. You're lying. Think what you want. I hung up. Looked at my phone. At the unknown number. Who are you? I texted again. This time a response came. Someone who knows what it's like to be betrayed. Someone who wants to help. By stalking them? By making sure they can't hurt anyone else. This isn't help. This is harassment. Call it what you want. I call it justice. I felt cold. Whoever this was, they weren't going to stop. And they thought they were doing it for me. I don't want this kind of help, I typed. Too bad. They deserve everything they get. I blocked the number. Didn't know what else to do. Called Derek. We have a problem. I saw the new photos. The ones from this morning. This has to stop. Why? They're getting what they deserve. Because it's illegal. Because it's wrong. Because this isn't who I want to be. Derek sighed. You're going soft. No. I'm being smart. If someone gets caught doing this stuff, it could blow back on us. We're the obvious suspects. That got his attention. You're right. What do? We stop. We've made our point. Archer is probably going to lose his job. Brandy's career is damaged. Their relationship is falling apart. That's enough. Is it? Derek asked quietly. Is it really enough for what they did? I thought about my birthday party. The candles. The proposal. The humiliation. It has to be, I said. Because if we keep going, we become the villains. Maybe I'm okay with that. I'm not. We hung up tense. I didn't know if Derek would listen. Didn't know if he'd keep going on his own. But I was done. The revenge had worked. Archer and Brandy were suffering. Their perfect image was shattered. I'd won. So why did I feel so empty? 3 days later, Brandy showed up at my apartment. I looked through the peephole and saw her standing there. She looked awful. No makeup. Hair messy. Eyes swollen from crying. Part of me wanted to ignore her. Pretend I wasn't home. But I opened the door. What do you want? I asked. To talk. Please. Just 5 minutes. I should have said no. Slammed the door in her face. But something in her expression stopped me. She looked broken. I let her in. Didn't offer her a seat. Didn't offer anything. Brandy stood in my living room looking around. I've missed this place. You were never here that much. I was here more than you knew. She looked at me. When you were at work, sometimes Archer would invite me over. The knife twisted. Even now she couldn't help herself. Had to make sure I knew how thoroughly they'd betrayed me. You have 4 minutes, I said. Brandy took a breath. Archer left me. I blinked. What? 3 days ago. After he found out about the bet. About Megan. He said he couldn't trust me. Said he didn't know what was real and what was manipulation. Tears rolled down her face. He's gone. I didn't know what to say. This wasn't part of the plan. Archer and Brandy were supposed to suffer together. United in their misery. He left you pregnant? I asked. He said he'd pay child support. But he doesn't want to be with me. Doesn't want to get married. She wiped her eyes. Everything is falling apart. Why are you telling me this? Because I need you to know the truth. About why I did it. I already know. The bet. Your need to win. That's part of it. But not all. She sat down without asking. Put her face in her hands. I've been jealous of you my whole life. I stared at her. What? You don't even see it. That's the worst part. You have no idea. She looked up. You were always the smart one. The pretty one. The one everyone loved. And school teachers loved you. Boys wanted to date you. Your family was perfect. My family wasn't perfect. Compared to mine it was. My parents fought constantly. My dad left when I was 12. My mom blamed me. Said I was too difficult. Too needy. She laughed bitterly. You had everything. I had nothing. So you decided to take what was mine? I decided to prove I could. Just once I wanted to be the one who won. The one who got the guy. The one everyone envied. She shook her head. Megan knew exactly what buttons to push. She knew I couldn't resist. You could have. You chose not to. You're right. I did. And I'm sorry. I know that doesn't mean anything now. But I am. I'm so sorry. I looked at this woman. My former best friend. She looked small. Defeated. And I felt nothing. No satisfaction. No vindication. Just emptiness. Is that all? I asked. I need to ask you something. The stalker. The person posting photos. Taking my medical records. Is that you? No. Do you know who it is? No. He studied my face. I believe you. Which is terrifying. Because if it's not you, I don't know who it is or how to make them stop. Maybe it's someone else you wronged. Someone else you used. Brandy flinched. Maybe. She stood up. Headed for the door. Stopped. For what it's worth, Archer really did love you. In the beginning. Before I started working on him. You weren't the problem. I was. After she left, I sat on my couch for a long time. Processing. Archer had left Brandy. Their fairy tale was over before it began. The pregnancy, the engagement, all of it collapsing. I should have felt happy, vindicated. This was better than anything I'd planned. But instead I felt sad. Sad for Brandy's baby who would grow up with parents who hated each other. Sad for the mess we'd all made. My phone rang. Derek, did you hear? He asked. Brandy just left here. She told me. Good. They both deserve to be alone. Derek, we need to talk. About what? About ending this. We've done enough. Are you kidding? This is just getting good. No. This is getting dangerous. Someone out there is escalating. And Brandy and Archer are falling apart on their own. We don't need to do anything else. I disagree. What do you mean? I mean there's one more thing. One final move. My stomach dropped. What did you do? I sent the journal to Brandy's parents. And Archer's parents. Every page. Every detail. They're reading right now about how their children really are. Derek, no. It's done. They need to know who they raised. I felt sick. You went too far. They went too far first. We're just evening the score. By hurting their parents. People who didn't do anything wrong. People who raised narcissists. Maybe they need to see the truth. I'm done, I said. I'm done with this. With all of it. You don't get to be done. We're partners. Not anymore. I hung up. Blocked his number too. Sat there in silence, realizing I'd created a monster. Derek's pain had mixed with mine and become something toxic. Something cruel. We'd gotten revenge. But at what cost? My phone buzzed. An email. From Archer's mom. I read the journal. I'm horrified. But I'm also worried about you. Please call me. I deleted it. Couldn't deal with that right now. Another email. From Brandy's mom. You were always such a sweet girl. I'm sorry my daughter hurt you. But please show mercy. She's pregnant and alone. I deleted that too. Then one more email. From an address I didn't recognize. Subject, the truth about your revenge. I almost didn't open it. Almost deleted it with the rest. But curiosity won. I clicked. The email had one line and an attachment. You're not the only one they hurt. See attached. I downloaded the attachment. A video file. Pressed play. It was security footage. From a restaurant. Dated 2 years ago. Before Archer and I got engaged. The video showed Archer at a table. With a woman who wasn't me. Wasn't Brandy. They were holding hands. Kissing. The timestamp showed they were there for 3 hours. The video quality was good enough to see Archer's face clearly. No question it was him. 2 years ago I was out of town for a work conference. Archer said he was staying home. Working on a project. He'd lied. He'd been with someone else. I watched the whole video. Watched Archer with this other woman. Laughing. Touching. Acting like a couple. Who is she? I played it again. Paused on her face. She looked familiar. Where had I seen her? Then I remembered. Archer's office holiday party. Last year. She'd been there. Archer introduced us. This is Jennifer. From accounting. Jennifer. My hands were shaking. I picked up my phone. Called the blocked number. The one from before. The stalker. They answered. Hello, Emily. A woman's voice. Jennifer. I asked. Yes. You're the one who's been sending everything. Following them. Posting the photos. Yes. Why? Because Archer did the same thing to me that he did to you. Promised me a future. Then dropped me like garbage when he got bored. I saw what he did to you at your party. Saw my chance to make him pay. So you've been using my revenge to cover your own. We both wanted the same thing. Justice. This isn't justice. It's stalking. Harassment. Call the police then. Turn me in. Her voice was calm. Unbothered. But then everyone finds out about the website you made. The emails you hacked. We all go down together. He was right. We were all guilty. All complicit. Leave them alone, I said. Please. This has to stop. Why should I stop? Jennifer asked. They haven't suffered enough. Brandy is pregnant and alone. Archer lost his job. Their lives are ruined. That's enough. Not for me. Her voice turned hard. Archer told me he loved me. He was going to leave you. We planned a whole future. Then one day he just ghosted me. Blocked my number. Acted like I never existed. So you've been waiting for a chance to hurt him. I've been waiting for him to face consequences. Then I saw what he did to you. Saw my opportunity. She paused. You should be thanking me. I helped destroy him. I didn't ask for your help. You didn't have to. We're the same Emily. Both victims of Archer Nathaniel. Both entitled to revenge. We're not the same. I exposed the truth. You broke the law. And you think your website was legal? Hacking Brandy's email? Please. You just had better PR. He was right. I hated that she was right. What do you want? I asked. I want Archer to know it was me. I want him to know I'm the one who's been watching. Following. Documenting. I want him to be afraid. That's not revenge. That's psychotic. Maybe. But I don't care anymore. Her voice got quieter. He made me feel crazy. Second-guessing everything. Wondering what I did wrong. Why I wasn't enough. Now he gets to feel that way. I understood that feeling. The self-doubt. The questions that ate at you in the dark. Jennifer, listen to me. If you keep doing this, you'll get caught. You'll go to jail. Is that worth it? Yes. The certainty in her voice scared me. I'm going to tell Archer, I said. Warn him. Go ahead. I'm not afraid. And remember, if you go to the police, I'll make sure they know everything you did too. She hung up. I sat there, heart pounding. This was spiraling. Completely out of control. I had started something I couldn't stop. My revenge had opened a door and now other people's pain was flooding through. I called Archer. He didn't answer. I tried again. And again. Finally a text came back. Leave me alone. This is important. You're in danger. From who? Your crazy ex-boyfriend Derek? I'm already destroyed. What else can you do? It's not me. It's someone named Jennifer. From your office. Long pause. Then, what about her? She's the one who's been stalking you and Brandy. Posting photos. She wants revenge for what you did to her. I don't know what you're talking about. 2 years ago. You were seeing her while we were together. I have proof. My phone rang. Archer. Where did you get that information? His voice was tight. She sent me a video. Security footage from a restaurant. That was nothing. Mistake. It ended before it started. It lasted 3 hours according to the footage. It was one date. I realized I was making a mistake and ended it. Told her I was staying with you. She says you promised her a future. She's lying. He was obsessed. Kept calling. Texting. I had to block her. Maybe he was telling the truth. Maybe Jennifer had built it up in her head. Or maybe he was lying like he lied about everything else. It doesn't matter now, I said. What matters is she's dangerous. She's not going to stop. So what am I supposed to do? Get a restraining order. Go to the police. He laughed. Bitter. And tell them what? That I'm being stalked because I'm a cheater? They'll tell me I deserve it. You need to protect yourself. And Brandy. Brandy isn't my problem anymore. She's having your baby. I know. And I'll support the kid. But I can't be with her. Not after finding out the whole thing started as a bet. How am I supposed to trust anything she says? Part of me felt vindicated. Archer was feeling what I felt. Betrayed. Used. Questioning everything. But another part felt sick. This wasn't making anything better. It was just spreading the pain around. Tell Jennifer to back off, Archer said. You started this. You can end it. I can't control her. Then we're all screwed. He hung up. I looked at my phone. At the blocked numbers. The deleted emails. The evidence of everything that had happened. What had I done? I'd wanted justice. Wanted Archer and Brandy to face consequences. But I'd created chaos instead. My phone buzzed. A message from the unknown number. Jennifer had gotten a new number already. I'm going to his apartment tonight. Going to leave him a present. A reminder of what he did to me. To us. Don't. Please. Watch me. I grabbed my keys. Ran to my car. Drove to Archer's new apartment. The address was in one of the emails I'd found. Got there in 20 minutes. Parked across the street. Watched. 30 minutes later, a figure approached. Woman. Average height. Dark hair. Jennifer. She was carrying a box. Walked up to the building entrance. Used a code to get in. How did she have his code? I got out of my car. Ran to the door. It had locked behind her. I called Archer. Jennifer is in your building right now. He has a box. I don't know what's in it. What? How did she get in? I don't know. Call the police. Now. I heard him moving around. I see her. She's in the hallway outside my door. Don't open it. I'm calling 911. I stood outside helpless. Watching through the glass doors. Saw Jennifer on the second floor through the windows. She was at a door. Archer's door. He put the box down. Pulled out her phone. Took a photo. Then she opened the box. Even from outside I could see what was inside. Papers. Hundreds of them. She started taping them to his door. To the walls. Covering the hallway. I couldn't read them from here. But I could guess. Printouts of his emails. His lies. Evidence of every woman he'd cheated with. She wanted him to be exposed to his neighbors. Wanted everyone in the building to know what he was. Sirens in the distance. Getting closer. Jennifer heard them too. She looked up. Saw me through the window. Wait. Then she ran. I watched her disappear down the stairwell. Come bursting out a side exit. She ran past me. Our eyes met. She smiled. Then she was gone. Into the night. Police cars pulled up. Officers got out. Went into the building. I should have told them. Should have pointed in the direction Jennifer ran. But I didn't. I got in my car and drove away. I didn't sleep again that night. Kept seeing Jennifer smile. The papers covering Archer's hallway. The chaos I'd helped create. At 6 in the morning I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. Is this Emily Parker? A man's voice. Yes. This is Detective Morrison. I need you to come down to the station to answer some questions. My blood went cold. Questions about what? About Archer Nathaniel. And an incident at his apartment last night. I don't know anything about that. We have security footage of you outside his building around the time of the incident. So I think you do know something. Damn. I'd forgotten about security cameras. Am I being arrested? Not at this time. But we do need to talk. Can you come in this morning? I didn't have a choice. I'll be there in an hour. I dressed carefully. Professional. Calm. Like I had nothing to hide. But my hands were shaking. At the police station, Detective Morrison led me to a small room. Gray walls. Metal table. Like every cop show I'd ever seen. Thank you for coming in, he said. He was older. 50s. Tired eyes. I want to help if I can. He pulled out a folder. Mr. Nathaniel filed a complaint. Says he's being harassed. Stalked. That someone has been posting private information about him online. Following him. Last night, someone broke into his building and vandalized his hallway. That's terrible. He also says you created a website about him. Posted private emails and photos. Is that true? I'd known this was coming. Had prepared an answer. I shared information that was already mine to share. Emails between Archer and me. Photos that were taken in public places. It's not illegal to tell the truth. That depends on how you obtain the information. Did you hack into anyone's email or social media accounts? No. Why? But they couldn't prove it. Did you access any private medical records? No. True this time. Do you know who did? No. Also true. I didn't know for certain it was Jennifer, though I suspected. Detective Morrison studied me. Mr. Nathaniel says you have motivation to harm him. That he broke off your engagement in a public manner. That you were humiliated and angry. That's true. I was angry. I had every right to be. Anger doesn't justify stalking. I'm not stalking him. I haven't been to his apartment. Haven't called him. Haven't contacted him at all until yesterday when I warned him someone was targeting him. Why would you warn him if you hate him? Because I'm not a monster. I wanted him to face social consequences for his actions. I didn't want him to be in danger. The detective made notes. Do you know Jennifer Watts? So they knew about Jennifer. No. I only learned her name yesterday. How? I hesitated. This was the moment. I could tell the truth. Explain everything. Turn Jennifer in. But that meant admitting I'd talked to her. That I knew about the stalking and didn't report it. Someone sent me an email. I said carefully. With a video of Archer with another woman. The email was signed Jennifer. Do you still have this email? Yes. I'll need you to forward it to me. Okay. Where were you last night between 9 and 11 p.m.? I was at Archer's apartment building. Outside. I'd gotten a message that Jennifer was going there. I was worried she'd hurt him. So I went to warn him. Did you see Jennifer? Yes. I saw her go into the building. Saw her in the hallway through the window. Then I saw her run out when the police arrived. Why didn't you stop her? I didn't think I could. She ran past me before I could react. Did you call the police? Archer was already calling them. I didn't want to clog the lines. Detective Morrison leaned back. Here's what I think. I think you started this revenge campaign against Mr. Nathaniel. I think you convinced other people to help you. And now it's gotten out of control. That's not what happened. Then tell me what did happen. I took a breath. Decided to tell most of the truth. Archer proposed to another woman at my birthday party. In front of my family and friends. It was cruel and humiliating. So yes, I wanted him to face consequences. I created a website showing what he'd done. I sent it to people he worked with. That's all I did. What about Derek Sullivan? Brandy's ex-boyfriend. They knew about Derek too. Derek and I talked. We both felt wronged by Brandy and Archer. He had some of Brandy's old things, including a journal. He shared it with me. And what did you do with the journal? I read it. It confirmed that Brandy had seduced Archer as part of a bet. That they'd both been lying to me for over a year. Did you share the journal with anyone? I thought about Derek sending it to the parents. I didn't personally send it to anyone. But someone did. You'd have to ask Derek about that. The detective made more notes. And Jennifer Watts? How does she fit in? I don't know. She contacted me. Said she'd also been hurt by Archer. That she was helping me get revenge. But I didn't ask for her help. I didn't even know she existed until a few days ago. Do you know where she is now? No. If she contacts you again, will you let us know? Yes. Another lie. I didn't know what I'd do if Jennifer contacted me. Detective Morrison stood. That's all for now. But don't leave town. We may have more questions. Am I in trouble? That depends on what else we find out. He opened the door. And Miss Parker? Revenge has a way of destroying everyone involved. Even the person seeking it. I left the station feeling sick. This was real now. Legal trouble. Criminal investigation. What had started as righteous anger had become something dark and complicated. I drove to my parents' house. Needed to see my mom. Needed advice. She was in the garden when I arrived. Pruning roses. She looked up and saw my face. What happened? I told her everything. The website. Derek. Jennifer. The police. She listened without interrupting. When I finished, she set down her pruning shears. Oh, honey. I know. I messed up. You were hurting. People do stupid things when they're hurting. The detective said revenge destroys everyone. My mom nodded. Usually it does. Because revenge is about pain. And pain just creates more pain. So what do I do? You stop. Completely. You cooperate with the police. You distance yourself from Derek and Jennifer. You let the legal system handle it. What if they arrest me? Then we get you a lawyer. And we deal with it. He took my hands. But Emily, you have to let go of the anger. The need to hurt them back. It's eating you alive. He was right. I could feel it. The anger had become part of me. Poisoning everything. I don't know how, I whispered. One day at a time. One choice at a time. You choose to let go. Choose to move forward. Choose to be better than they were. I wanted to believe her. Wanted to think I could just choose to stop feeling this way. But the anger was still there. Hot and bitter. My phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer. But something made me. Hello. Emily, it's Brandy. What do you want? I need to tell you something. About Jennifer. My heart started pounding. What about her? She worked with Archer 2 years ago. But that's not the only connection. She also worked with me. At my old company. Before I moved to your firm. So she knew both of us. Knew about our relationship. She used to ask questions about you. About Archer. I thought she was just being friendly. I felt cold. What are you saying? I'm saying I don't think this is just about Archer cheating on her. I think she's been planning this for a long time. Watching us. Waiting for the right moment. Why? I don't know. But Emily, I'm scared. He knows where I live. She knows about the baby. What if she comes after me next? Go to the police. I did. They said they're looking for her. But until they find her, I'm a sitting duck. I didn't know what to say. Part of me didn't care if Brandy was scared. She'd earned it. But the baby hadn't done anything wrong. Is there somewhere you can go? Family. My mom's house. I'm packing now. I just wanted to warn you. If Jennifer is as obsessed as I think she is, you might be in danger too. Me? Why? Because you're the one who started all this. You opened the door. He might see you as competition. Or as a threat. After Brandy hung up, I sat in my mom's garden and thought about what she'd said. Jennifer had known both Archer and Brandy before. Had worked with both of them. That wasn't a coincidence. I pulled out my laptop. Started searching. Jennifer Watts Pharmaceutical. Jennifer Watts Marketing. Found her LinkedIn profile. Looked at her work history. She'd worked at Archer's company 3 years ago. Then moved to Brandy's old company 2 years ago. Then moved again last year to a company across town. She'd followed them. From job to job. Watching. But I scrolled through her profile. Looked at her photo. Professional. Smiling. Normal. Then I saw her education. Went to the same college as Brandy. Same years. I called Brandy back. Did you know Jennifer in college? What? Well, maybe. There were thousands of students. Check your yearbook. Look her up. I don't have my yearbook anymore. I did quick search. Found the college's online archives. Searched for Jennifer Watts. Found a photo from a sorority event. Jennifer in the background. And in the foreground, laughing front and center, Brandy. Another photo. A party. Brandy surrounded by friends. Jennifer in the corner. Alone. Another photo. Brandy and Archer. They'd gone to the same college too. I'd forgotten that. They'd known each other years before I introduced them. And in the background of that photo, Jennifer. Watching them. My hands started shaking. Brandy, I think Jennifer knew you in college. I think she's been watching you both for years. That's crazy. Is it? Look at the pattern. She follows you both from job to job. She inserts herself into your lives. She was there, Brandy. In the background of all your college photos. Brandy was quiet. Then, oh my God. What? I just remembered something. There was a girl in college. Freshman year. She wanted to join our sorority. We rejected her. She wasn't cool enough. Wasn't pretty enough. Brandy's voice got smaller. Archer and I were on the board. We voted no. What was her name? I don't remember. It was so long ago. We rejected lots of girls. Was it Jennifer? I don't know. Maybe. Brandy, this isn't about Archer cheating. This is about something that happened 10 years ago. You and Archer rejected her. Humiliated her. And she's been waiting ever since to hurt you back. That's insane. Is it? You destroyed my life over a bet. Why is it crazy that someone would destroy yours over a rejection? Brandy didn't have an answer for that. Neither did I. I called Detective Morrison. Told him everything I'd found. The college connection. The pattern of Jennifer following Archer and Brandy. That's helpful, he said. We're building a profile. Trying to locate her. Do you think she's dangerous? I think she's obsessed. And obsessed people can be unpredictable. Should I be worried? Take normal precautions. Lock your doors. Be aware of your surroundings. Call us if you see anything suspicious. Normal precautions. Like that would stop someone who'd spent 10 years planning revenge. I went home. Locked every door. Every window. Checked my apartment twice. Sat on my couch with all the lights on. Waiting. For what? I didn't know. My phone buzzed. A text from Derek. We need to talk. I'd been avoiding him since we fought. But he deserved to know what was happening. Not now, I texted back. It's important. I have information about Jennifer. That got my attention. What kind of information? Not over text. Meet me. 1 hour. The coffee shop. I didn't want to go. Didn't want to be out in the open. But I needed to know what he knew. Fine. 1 hour. I got to the coffee shop early. Chose a table near the window. Kept my back to the wall. Derek arrived exactly on time. He looked different. Harder. Like the past few weeks had aged him. He sat down. Didn't order anything. I know who Jennifer is. So do I. She's the girl from college. The one Archer and Brandy rejected. Derek shook his head. It's more than that. I did some digging. Went through old photos. Old records. Jennifer isn't just some girl they rejected. Then who is she? She's Mark Watts' sister. The name meant nothing to me. Who? Mark Watts. He went to college with us too. He was Brandy's boyfriend freshman year. Before me. I vaguely remembered Brandy mentioning an early boyfriend. Someone she'd dated briefly. What happened to him? Derek's face darkened. He killed himself. End of sophomore year. The room spun. What? He jumped off the science building. They said it was depression. Mental illness. But there were rumors. What kind of rumors? That Brandy had been cheating on him. That when he found out she dumped him publicly. Humiliated him in front of everyone. He couldn't handle it. My stomach turned. Brandy drove him to suicide? Maybe. Or maybe he would have done it anyway. Depression is complicated. But Jennifer blamed Brandy. Blamed Archer too, since Brandy had been cheating with him. How do you know all this? I called some old friends from college. Started asking questions. Everyone remembered Mark's death. And they remembered his sister showing up at Brandy's dorm. Screaming. Blaming her. Campus security had to remove her. Jennifer has been planning this for 10 years, I said slowly. Waiting for the right moment. And I gave it to her. We both did. We opened the door with our revenge. She just walked through it. I thought about everything Jennifer had done. The stalking. The medical records. The obsessive documentation. This wasn't about Archer cheating. This was about Jennifer's brother. About a death 10 years ago. We have to stop her, I said. How? We don't even know where she is. She'll contact me again. She always does. Derek leaned forward. When she does, we set a trap. Get her to meet us somewhere. Call the police. She's not stupid. She'll know it's a trap. Not if we offer her something she wants. Like what? Brandy. She wants Brandy to pay for what happened to her brother. So we tell her we can arrange a meeting. Just Jennifer and Brandy. A chance to confront her. Brandy would never agree to that. She doesn't have to know. We just use her as bait. I stared at Derek. You want to put Brandy in danger? Brandy put herself in danger. This is just consequences. Brandy is pregnant. I know. But we'll be there. We'll keep her safe. We just need Jennifer to show up so the police can arrest her. It was risky. Dangerous. Everything could go wrong. But I didn't have a better plan. Let me think about it, I said. Derek nodded. Don't think too long. Jennifer is escalating. Next time someone might get hurt. After he left, I sat in the coffee shop for a long time. Thinking about Mark Watts. A boy I'd never met. Who died 10 years ago. Whose death had set all of this in motion. Brandy had destroyed him. The same way she tried to destroy me. But Mark hadn't survived it. I pulled out my phone. Searched for news articles about his death. Found one from the college newspaper. Sophomore dies in apparent suicide. Mark Watts, 20, died yesterday after falling from the roof of the science building. Police are investigating the death as a suicide. Friends describe Watts as a quiet, kind student who had been struggling recently with personal issues. No mention of Brandy. No mention of cheating or heartbreak. But between the lines I could read the story. A boy in pain. A boy who saw no way out. And his sister who'd spent 10 years planning revenge on the people she blamed. I understood Jennifer better now. The obsession. The patience. The carefully planned attacks. She was doing to Brandy what Brandy had done to her brother. Public humiliation. Systematic destruction. And she'd used me to do it. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. A text. Thank you for your help. But I'm not done yet. The final act is coming. You'll want to watch. Jennifer. What are you planning? I typed. Justice. Real justice. The kind Mark deserved. Jennifer, please. Don't do anything crazy. Crazy? I'm the sanest person in this whole mess. I'm the only one who sees clearly. Your brother wouldn't want this. Don't you dare talk about my brother. You didn't know him. Didn't see what they did to him. I know what Brandy is capable of. He hurt me too. But this has to stop. It stops when she pays. Really pays. She's already lost everything. Not everything. Not yet. The messages stopped. I called the number. It went straight to voicemail. I called Detective Morrison. Told him about the text. About Mark Watts. About Jennifer's plan for a final act. We're going to put protection on Brandy, he said. And on you. Plainclothes officers. You won't see them, but they'll be watching. What about Archer? Him too. We're taking this seriously. After I hung up, I sat there feeling helpless. Police protection was good. But if Jennifer had been planning this for 10 years, she'd be smart. Careful. She'd find a way. I needed to do something. Needed to take control. I called Brandy. Where are you? My mom's house. Why? Because Jennifer is planning something. Something big. The police are sending protection, but I don't think it's enough. What do you want me to do? I want you to meet with her. Publicly. With witnesses. Let her say what she needs to say. Let her confront you about your brother. What? Mark Watts. Your boyfriend from college. The one who killed himself. Silence. Long silence. How do you know about that? Brandy's voice was small. Jennifer is his sister. This whole thing is about him. About what you did to him. I didn't do anything. He was depressed. It wasn't my fault. You cheated on him with Archer. Then you dumped him publicly. Everyone knows that, Brandy. That doesn't mean I killed him. No. But it means you hurt him badly. Right before he died. And Jennifer blames you. So what? I'm supposed to apologize to his crazy sister. Yes. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Face her. Admit what you did. Give her the closure she needs. And if I don't? Then she'll keep escalating. And eventually someone will get hurt. Maybe your baby. Brandy was crying now. I was 19. I made mistakes. I can't change what happened. No. But you can acknowledge it. You can show remorse. Real remorse. Maybe that's all she needs. And if it's not? Then at least you tried. At least you did the right thing for once in your life. I hung up before she could argue. Then I texted Jennifer from my phone. Brandy wants to meet you. He wants to talk about Mark. Are you willing? The response came fast. When and where? Tomorrow. Noon. The park near the college. Public place. Lots of witnesses. Just talking. Will you be there? Yes. And Archer too. Everyone who played a part in this. Good. It's time everyone faced the truth. I sent the details to Derek. To Detective Morrison. To Archer. Archer called immediately. Are you insane? I'm not meeting with that psycho. Yes, you are. Because this is your fault too. You and Brandy destroyed Mark. And you destroyed me. The least you can do is face the consequences. I'll be arrested if I go. For the stalking. No one is pressing charges about the website anymore. The police are focused on Jennifer. Just show up. Say you're sorry. Then you can go back to your miserable life. I hung up on him too. Felt good. Being in control again. Making them all face what they'd done. That night I lay in bed and thought about tomorrow. About what might happen. Jennifer could bring a weapon. Could try to hurt someone. Or she could just want to talk. To be heard. To have her brother's story told. I didn't know which. Didn't know if I was doing the right thing. But I knew I couldn't live with this hanging over me. The fear. The uncertainty. The knowledge that I'd helped create a monster. Tomorrow, one way or another, it would end. The park was crowded. I'd chosen it specifically for that reason. Families. Joggers. Dog walkers. Hard for anything bad to happen with so many witnesses. I arrived early. 11:30. Found a picnic table near the center. Sat down and waited. Detective Morrison's people were here somewhere. I couldn't see them, but I trusted they were watching. Derek arrived at 11:45. Sat across from me. You ready for this? No. But it has to happen. Archer showed up at 11:50. He looked terrible. Thin. Tired. He'd aged years in weeks. He didn't sit. Just stood nearby. Hands in his pockets. This is a mistake. Noted, I said. 11:55. Brandy appeared. She was showing now. Not much, but enough that you could tell. She walked slowly. Her mom was with her. I hadn't expected that. I'm not leaving her alone, Brandy's mom said when she saw my face. Not with that woman. I didn't argue. The more witnesses, the better. Noon. Jennifer didn't appear. We waited. 5 minutes. 10. She's not coming, Archer said. This was a waste of time. Then I saw her. Walking across the grass. Wearing jeans and a simple shirt. She looked normal. Not like someone who'd been stalking people for weeks. She walked straight to our table. Looked at each of us. Thank you for coming, she said. Her voice was calm. Controlled. You wanted to talk, I said. So talk. Jennifer sat down. Pulled out a folder. Opened it. Inside were photos. Old photos from college. Mark and Brandy together. Smiling. Happy. This was my brother, Jennifer said. Mark. He was kind. Smart. He wanted to be a doctor. Save lives. Brandy looked at the photos. Her face went pale. He loved you, Jennifer said to Brandy. Completely. Totally. You were his whole world. I know, Brandy whispered. Then why did you cheat on him? Why did you lie? I was young. Stupid. I didn't know what I was doing. You knew exactly what you were doing. Jennifer's voice got harder. You wanted Archer. He was more popular. Better looking. So you took him. And when Mark found out, when he confronted you, you told him he was pathetic. That he'd never been good enough for you. That's not, Brandy started. Don't lie. Not now. Not here. Jennifer pulled out another paper. This is Mark's suicide note. Want to know what it says? Brandy shook her head. Tears streaming down her face. Jennifer read anyway. I'm not enough. I'll never be enough. She made that clear. So why keep trying? Why keep existing when I'm just taking up space? The words hung in the air. Heavy. Painful. Your words killed him, Jennifer said. Your cruelty. Your need to feel superior. You destroyed a good person because you could. I'm sorry, Brandy sobbed. I'm so sorry. I didn't know I didn't think. No, he didn't think. You never thought about anyone but yourself. Jennifer turned to Archer. And you knew he loved her. You were his roommate. His friend. And you slept with his girlfriend anyway. Archer looked at the ground. I was young too. I made mistakes. Mistakes. Jennifer laughed bitterly. That's what you call it. Taking someone's girlfriend. Destroying someone's mental health. Mistakes. What do you want from us? Archer asked. You want us to say we're terrible people? Fine. We're terrible. We did horrible things. But we can't bring Mark back. No, you can't. But you can stop pretending you're victims. Stop acting like what Emily did to you was wrong. She exposed the truth. So, you two are the villains of this story. Not her. Jennifer looked at me. I'm sorry I used you. I saw what they did at your party. Saw my chance. I thought we were the same. Both hurt by these people. Both deserving of revenge. We're not the same, I said quietly. You've been carrying this for 10 years. It's eating you alive. I know. But I don't know how to let it go. They took my brother. The only family I had. And they got to just move on. Build lives. Like Mark never mattered. Brandy's mom spoke up. My daughter made terrible choices. I won't defend that. But she's not the same person she was at 19. She's changed. Has she? Jennifer looked at Brandy. Because from where I sit, she did the exact same thing to Emily that she did to Mark. Public humiliation. Cruel betrayal. The only difference is Emily was strong enough to survive it. Brandy flinched. You're right. I did the same thing. I keep hurting people. I don't know why. I don't know how to stop. Maybe start by actually feeling remorse, Jennifer said. Real remorse. Not just tears because you got caught. I do feel remorse. Every day. I hate who I've become. Brandy looked at her mother. At Archer. At me. I've ruined everything. My career. My relationships. My reputation. And for what? I bet. Some stupid need to prove I'm better than everyone. He turned to Jennifer. Your brother deserved better. He deserved someone who would love him the way he loved them. I wasn't that person. I was selfish and cruel. And I'm sorry. I know that doesn't fix anything. But I am truly deeply sorry. Jennifer stared at her. Do you think about him? Ever? Yes. More than you know. Especially after I found out what happened. I tried to tell myself it wasn't my fault. That he was already depressed. But I know I made it worse. I know my actions contributed to his pain. Why didn't you come to his funeral? I was scared. Of you. Of his parents. Of facing what I'd done. Coward. Yes. I am. Brandy put her hand on her stomach. I'm going to have a baby. A daughter. And I'm terrified I'm going to mess her up the same way I mess up everything else. Maybe you will, Jennifer said. Or maybe you'll learn. Maybe Mark's death will mean something if it teaches you to be a better person. She stood up. Looked at all of us. I spent 10 years planning revenge. Watching you two. Waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And now that I don't feel better. I just feel empty. Jennifer, Detective Morrison appeared. He'd been listening. We need to talk about the stalking. The harassment. You broke laws. I know. And I'm ready to face that. I'm tired of running. Tired of hating. It's exhausting. She held out her wrists. Like she expected to be handcuffed right there. Detective Morrison surprised her. We can do this at the station. You don't have to be cuffed unless you resist. I won't resist. I'm done. They walked away together. Jennifer looked back once. Caught my eye. Mouthed thank you. Then she was gone. The rest of us sat in silence. Processing. Finally, Archer spoke. What happens now? Now you both figure out how to live with what you've done, I said. Just like I'm learning to live with what I did. Are we even? He asked. All the revenge. The website. The exposure. Are we even? I thought about it. The pain I'd felt at my birthday party. The humiliation. The betrayal. And the pain I'd caused in return. The destroyed careers. The broken relationships. The chaos. No, I said. We're not even. Because this isn't about evening scores. It's about consequences. You did something terrible. You faced consequences. That's all. So you're not going to come after me anymore? I was never coming after you. I just told the truth. What people did with that truth was up to them. Brandy wiped her eyes. Can I say something? Go ahead. I know I don't deserve forgiveness. From you. From Jennifer. From anyone. But I want you to know that I'm going to try to be better. For my daughter. I'm going to teach her to think about other people. To be kind. To value people's feelings. Good luck with that, I said. Meant it sincerely, not sarcastically. Brandy and her mom left. Then Archer. I sat alone at the picnic table. Derek sat back down. It's over, he said. Yeah. It's over. Do you feel better? I thought about it. No. But I don't feel worse either. I think I just feel done. Done is good. Done means you can move forward. What about you? What are you going to do? Derek shrugged. Figure out my life. Maybe go to therapy. Definitely stop obsessing over Brandy. That sounds healthy. He laughed. Who knew revenge would teach us to be better people? I think it taught us that we don't want to be worse people. That's different. We sat for a while longer. Watching the park. The normal people living normal lives. Eventually Derek left. I stayed. Thought about everything that had happened. The betrayal. The anger. The revenge. The consequences. Was it worth it? I didn't know. Maybe there was no answer to that question. But I knew one thing, I was different now. Harder in some ways. But also more aware. More careful. More understanding of how much damage people could do to each other. And more determined never to be that kind of person. My phone buzzed. A text from my mom. Come home for dinner. Your dad is making your favorite. I smiled. Texted back. I'll be there. Stood up. Walked out of the park. Toward home. Toward healing. Toward whatever came next. The coffee shop had become my regular spot. Every Saturday morning. Same table. Same tea. I'd been coming here for months now. Part of my routine. My new normal. My life had settled into something peaceful. Quiet. I'd learned to like the quiet. Work was good. I'd gotten the promotion I'd been trying for. Patricia said it was because of my resilience and grace under pressure. I didn't feel graceful. But I was resilient. I'd proven that. The door opened. Someone sat down across from me. Brandy. She looked different. healthy, glowing in that way pregnant women do. She was 7 months along now, clearly showing. "Hi," she said tentatively. "Hi. I hope it's okay that I came. I saw you through the window." "It's fine." We sat in awkward silence. So much history between us. So much pain. "I'm moving," Brandy finally said. "Across the country. My mom lives in Oregon now. I'm going to stay with her. Raise the baby there. Fresh start." "That sounds good. I wanted to see you before I left. To say, I don't even know. Thank you. I'm sorry." "Both. You already apologized. At the park." "I know. But I've been in therapy. Learning about why I am the way I am. Why I hurt people. And I realized I never actually thanked you." "For what?" "Destroying your life. For holding me accountable. For not letting me get away with it." She put her hand on her stomach. "I'm having a girl. I told you that before. But what I didn't tell you is her name. I'm naming her Nellie." My throat got tight. "Nellie. Close to Emily." "That's not necessary," I said. "I know. But I want to. I want her to have a name that reminds me to be better. To think before I act. To consider how my choices affect others." I didn't know what to say to that. Brandy stood. "I won't bother you again. I just wanted you to know. And to say that I hope you find happiness. Real happiness. You deserve it more than anyone." She left before I could respond. I sat there staring at my tea, thinking about baby Nellie. About second chances. About whether people really could change. My phone rang. "Derek." "Hey," I answered. "Hey yourself. Want to grab lunch?" Derek and I had stayed friends. Real friends. Not revenge partners. Not co-conspirators. Just two people who understood each other's pain. He'd started dating someone new. A woman from his gym. He made him laugh. Made him happy. "Can't today," I said. "I have plans." "Hot date?" "Maybe." I did have a date. With myself. To an art gallery downtown. Something I'd wanted to do for months but never made time for. I was learning to enjoy my own company. To build a life that didn't revolve around someone else. It was harder than I expected. But also better. "Tomorrow then?" Derek asked. "Tomorrow works." After we hung up, I finished my tea. Paid. Walked out into the sunshine. The art gallery was beautiful. Full of colors and light. I spent 2 hours wandering. Looking at paintings. Sculptures. Photography. One piece stopped me. A photo series titled Aftermath. Images of broken things being rebuilt. Shattered glass forming new patterns. Burned trees sprouting new growth. The description read, "Destruction creates space for new creation. Nothing is ever truly beyond repair." I stared at it for a long time. Thinking about my own aftermath. My own repair. I wasn't the same person I was on my 28th birthday. That girl was gone. Destroyed by betrayal and pain. But maybe that was okay. Maybe she needed to be destroyed to make space for who I was now. Stronger. Wiser. More careful with trust. But also more compassionate. More aware of how fragile people were. How easy it was to break someone. I bought a print of the photo. Planned to hang it in my apartment. A reminder. Walking home, I passed the park where we'd confronted Jennifer. Wondered what had happened to her. I'd looked it up once. She'd been charged with stalking and harassment. But the judge had been lenient. Ordered therapy and community service instead of jail time. She'd written me a letter. I'd gotten it a month ago. Apologizing again. Explaining that she was getting help. Learning to process her grief over Mark in healthier ways. I hadn't written back. Didn't know what to say. But I'd kept the letter. Filed it away with all the other evidence of that terrible time. Sometimes I looked at it all. The emails. The photos. The journal. Reminding myself it really happened. That I'd survived it. Other times I forgot about it completely. Went days without thinking about Archer or Brandy or any of it. Those were good days. My phone buzzed. My mom. "Don't forget dinner tomorrow. Your dad wants to show off his new grill." I smiled. "I'll be there." Family dinners had become important again. A way to reconnect. To remember that betrayal by Archer and Brandy didn't define me. I was more than what they'd done to me. More than my revenge. More than the pain. I was Emily. Still becoming. Still healing. Still growing. And that was enough. 3 blocks from my apartment I saw him. Archer. He was with a woman. Not Brandy. Someone new. They were laughing. Holding hands. He looked happy. Part of me wanted to feel angry. He destroyed me and moved on like it was nothing. But I didn't feel angry. I felt nothing. He was just a person. Someone I used to know. Someone who'd hurt me. But not someone who mattered anymore. He saw me. The laughter died. He looked scared. Like I might make a scene. I just nodded. Kept walking. Heard him exhale in relief behind me. Let him be relieved. Let him be happy. It didn't affect me anymore. That night I hung the photo in my bedroom. Right where I'd see it every morning. Destruction creates space for new creation. I was the new creation. Built from the ashes of who I used to be. And I was going to be okay. Better than okay. I was going to be happy. Not because of revenge. Not because Archer and Brandy had suffered. But because I'd chosen to move forward. Chosen to heal. Chosen to be more than what they'd made me. That was the real revenge. Not destroying them. But refusing to let them destroy me. I turned off the lights. Climbed into bed. Closed my eyes. And for the first time in months I slept peacefully. No nightmares. No anger. No pain. Just rest. Just peace. Just the quiet knowledge that I'd survived. And that was everything. I stood in front of my bathroom mirror adjusting my dress. Navy blue. Professional but elegant. Perfect for tonight. Tonight was the launch party for my book. Yes. I'd written a book. From betrayal to breakthrough. Finding yourself after deception. It wasn't a revenge manual. It was the opposite. A guide to healing. To moving forward. To not letting pain define you. My publisher said it would help people. People who'd been betrayed. Humiliated. Destroyed. People like I'd been. The party was at a bookstore downtown. Small. Intimate. Just friends and family. My mom had cried when she saw the first copy. My dad bought 20 to give to everyone he knew. Jake had written a review on Amazon before it even came out. 5 stars. My sister is a badass. I smiled at the memory. Grabbed my purse. Headed out. The bookstore was decorated beautifully. Balloons. Flowers. A table stacked with copies of my book. My face was on the cover. Smiling. Confident. Free. People started arriving. Colleagues from work. Friends from college. People from my grief support group. Yes, I joined a support group. Best decision I ever made. Derek came with his girlfriend, Amanda. They were engaged now. He was kind. Patient. Everything Brandy hadn't been. Proud of you, Derek whispered when he hugged me. Proud of us, I corrected. We both made it through. Patricia from work bought 3 copies. 1 for me. 1 for my daughter. 1 for my sister. You're going to help a lot of people, Emily. I hoped she was right. The reading went well. I read the final chapter. The one about forgiveness. Not forgiving the people who hurt you necessarily, but forgiving yourself for the pain you caused in response. Revenge is a cycle, I read. It doesn't end until someone chooses to step off the wheel. To say, no more. To decide that healing is more important than hurting back. People clapped. Some were crying. After the reading, during the signing, someone approached. A young woman. Early 20s. Nervous. Hi, she said. I wanted to thank you. Your book helped me. My fiancé cheated. With my sister. I wanted to destroy them both. But your book made me realize that would just destroy me too. What did you do instead? I asked. I walked away. Cut them out of my life. Started therapy. Started rebuilding. She smiled. It's hard. But I'm getting there. That's all any of us can do, I said. Get there. One day at a time. He bought a book. Asked me to sign it. I wrote, your pain is real. Your healing is possible. Keep going. She left crying. Happy tears. That moment. That's why I wrote the book. The party wound down. People left. I was packing up the last of the books when someone walked in. Brandy. She was carrying a baby. Little Nellie. 6 months old now. Chubby cheeks. Bright eyes. Hi, Brandy said. I hope it's okay that I came. I'm in town visiting my dad. It's fine. I bought your book. Read it twice. She shifted the baby to her other hip. It helped me. Made me realize that I can't just apologize. I have to actually change. Are you? Changing. I'm trying. Therapy. Parenting classes. I'm learning that being a good mom means being a good person first. She looked at Nellie. She deserves better than who I was. I looked at the baby. She was beautiful. Innocent. Full of possibility. She deserves a mom who's trying, I said. That's what matters. Brandy smiled. Tentative. Can I ask you something? Do you think we'll ever be okay? Not friends again. I know that's not possible. But okay? At peace. I thought about it. Really thought about it. I think we already are, I said. We're both moving forward. Both healing. That's as okay as it gets. She nodded. Tears in her eyes. Thank you. For everything. For holding me accountable. For not letting me hide from what I did. You're welcome. She left. Baby Nellie waved over her shoulder. A small chubby hand. A gesture of goodbye. I waved back. My mom appeared beside me. That must have been hard. It was. But also, closure. Real closure. We packed up the rest of the books. Drove home together. I'm proud of you, my mom said in the car. Not just for the book. For who you've become. Who have I become? Someone who knows that strength isn't about revenge. It's about resilience. About choosing to be better instead of bitter. I smiled. You sound like my book. Wonder where you got that wisdom from, she teased. At home I changed into pajamas. I sat on my couch with my cat Luna. I'd adopted her 6 months ago. She was good company. My phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. My stomach tightened. Old habits. But when I opened it, it wasn't threatening. It was kind. I don't know you, but I read your book. I was planning to hurt the man who hurt me. Your book stopped me. Thank you for saving me from becoming someone I'd hate. I smiled. Ted back. Thank you for choosing healing. Proud of you. That was the real victory. Not what I'd done to Archer and Brandy, but what I'd stopped others from doing. The cycle I'd helped break. I turned on the TV. Put on a mindless show. Let Luna purr on my lap. This was my life now. Quiet. Peaceful. No drama. No revenge. No pain. Just healing. Just growth. Just the beautiful, ordinary act of moving forward. And somewhere across the country, Archer was living his life. Brandy was raising her daughter. Jennifer was processing her grief. We'd all been part of each other's worst moments. But we didn't have to be part of each other's futures. I'd chosen to let go. To release the anger. To stop carrying the weight of what they'd done. And in letting go, I'd found something better than revenge. I'd found peace. And peace, I'd learned, was the sweetest victory of all.